Rightio, g'day, welcome to iRacing Weekly, where we have a look at the iRacing UI and have a look what's coming up next week. So we're looking at Week 7, Season 4 this week. We'll kick things off with the Legends Road Cup. That's currently at Daytona, going to Winton next week for the full layout, which will be a tough drive. Production Car Challenge. That is headed off to Alton Park, and I never remember which layout is which. So it is without the first chicane, but with Britons at the end. That will be a very popular series next week, I imagine. The Global Sports Car Challenge is that headed off to Dakota. That will be a fun race, actually, and it looks like it's the full layout with the Grand Prix layout. That will be good fun. GT4s, which will also include the LMP3s and the Sports Car Challenge series. That's headed off to Brands Hatch. That'll be an interesting one for the LMP3s and the Sports Car Challenge, because that is a pretty narrow track. Not a lot of opportunities there for overtaking. That'll be an interesting one for sure. And the GR86. That is headed off to Alton Park again, but a different layout. I think this one is without Britons there at the end, so that's just flat stick the whole way down the back straight. That'll be good fun for the 86ers next week. What we got? We got the Spec Racer. That's headed to the Chicago Street Course. Don't own it myself, but it does look like a fun drive for the Spec Racer next week. The TCRs, they are off to Navarra at the Speed Circuit, which, if I'm right, is ironically, the Speed Circuit is the largest circuit that they offer. Clear Cup, headed off to Lebanon. Definitely would not be racing there if I had the choice. And a Raymaster in the GT3s is off to the new Roval. That will be very interesting. The new Roval with the hairpin here in the wet in the GT3s. That will offer an interesting challenge for anyone willing to take that on next week. It suggests that the BMWs are following them there as well, but just without the water. That brings us to the TCRs. That's just the Open Series. It'll be at the same place. The LMP3s, they'll be going straight through to Brands Hatch as well. Yes. Porsche Cup. Road Atlanta this week. Headed to Imola. Yes, Imola. Imola next week, which is a good race. Good layout there for the Porsche Cup. It's always a good time. The Ringmeister. What have they got next week? The Kia Optima. That'll certainly afford some chaos, I imagine, around the ring. Radicals. They are off to Mid-Ohio, which will be a bit of fun. I'm a big fan of Mid-Ohio. Offers some interesting racing. We'll say that. Ferrari Challenge, Sonoma this week. Next week, headed to the Roval as well. That certainly will... I reckon that'd be a pretty good drive there, actually. I'd be looking forward to that. Giving that a go next week. Advanced Mazdas. Alton Park, the international layout, which is with all the bends and twists. That'll be popular next week, no doubt. Supercars. Big fan of the supercars. Off to Thruxton, which feels like it'll be pretty small, but each to their own. Sports Car Challenge, that'll be headed to Brands Hatch as well. Again, I reckon that'll be pretty difficult. That'll offer some challenges, certainly. It looks like... don't know if we're on this week or not. Sebring for the... oh yes, sorry, this is the weekly series. So it's off to Sebring, the full layout, which is a bit of a spoiler for the GT3s later on. And skip all of the endurance series. GT3s, Asia Pacific. They are off to Oran Park. Should be a tough drive if you are running the Asia Pacific. The GT3s there, not many opportunities to make up spots through the race. It'll be a tough one. The Americas, they're headed off to Lime Rock. Similar story there. It'll be a tough week for anybody racing GT3s. I imagine. Will Europe change anything? Oschersleben, not too bad, but again, not a track that offers that many great overtaking opportunities. It will be a tough week if you're racing GT3s. GTEs, on the other hand, are going to Monza. That'll be good fun if you are driving the GTEs. The GT3 fixed, obviously going to Sebring. Fantastic car track combo. Definitely will be racing that myself. The Proto GTs following as well, going to Sebring. And almost got myself lost there. Sebring as well. LMP2s, let me guess. Oh, not Sebring. No, they're going to Mexico, the new track, at the full layout. That'll be good fun for the LMP2s. The prototypes, I imagine, will follow through, which will lead me to believe that IMSA will be headed to Mexico next week, which will be good fun there. Moving over to the Formula cars. In the Formula Fords, we're going to Brands Hatch with the Indy layout. That would be actually a lot of fun. It'll be chaotic. Formula 4, what have we got? We're going to Alton Park as well with the full layout. Always a good time, F4s at Alton Park. And the Formula 4 Challenge is going to Oschersleben as well. Skip Barber, you're off to Laguna Seca. Classic drive. F4 Americas headed to Lime Rock as well. It looks like it's going to be another week of free tracks, with the Asia Pacific going off to Okayama as well. Super Formula Lights off to Watkins Glen on the classic boot layout, which it's just without the loop at the top, so it'll be flat stick all the way down the back straight this week for upcoming for the Super Formula Lights. Indy NXT headed to the Indy Road Course. That'll be a good one. I do enjoy the Indy Road Course. That'll be good fun in the NXTs. Formula 3 headed off to Alton Park as well. Another tricky overtaking track for the likes of the Formula 3. Just making sure I haven't missed anything. Formula 1. F1s are headed off to Interlagos this week. Slightly early. Against the real life roster. And the IndyCar off to Auto Club Speedway. Once I've ever raced there myself. And the IndyCar Road Series. Oh no, that's the Open. A quick look at the Oval Series and see if there's anything interesting in the Oval. Martinsville, in the Arca Menards, Draft Masters, probably still at Talladega. No, actually, it's going to Daytona for the next couple of weeks, so that'll be good fun. The Indy NXTs, they're off to North Wilkesboro. The trucks are always good fun. Phoenix Raceway next week. And NIS is going to Phoenix as well to finish out the series. So a couple of good combos this week, mainly in the sports cars, to be honest. I reckon we're in for a good week. Very interested to see how the sports car challenge goes. At Brands Hatch, it'll be super challenging. We'll see how it goes, I suppose. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for having a squiz at what we're going to be racing next week. I intend to keep this going for as long as I can be bothered to do it. Get a bit of an early peek of what's going on next week, what's happening on the service. So yeah, if you enjoyed, stay tuned for next week, as I intend to obviously do it every week coming.